everybody, it's Renegade here, and I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. In today's video, we are going back in time to 2006 to take a look at one of the most iconic figures ever created by Hasbro and Takara, that being Transformers Classics Optimus Prime. And, you know, we like to look at all the new figures on here, but we got to go back in time and appreciate the oldies as well. And this is definitely a figure that still holds up even today. And honestly, we're inching up on 20 years here. I think next year is 20 years of this figure, so it's a big milestone, and it really doesn't look like Hasbro's doing anything for it, which kind of sucks. But let's stop the chatter and let's get straight to the figure. So starting off in Optimus Prime's robot mode, we can see that Hasbro and Takara knocked it right out of the park with this guy. He's a really, really nice looking Optimus, and to me, Classics always seemed like it was supposed to be the Transformers in modern times, like they crash landed on 2006 Earth, and they got more modern day vehicles. Now, there is no official story for Classics. Let me get that out of the way before everyone starts commenting. There is no story for Classics. It was just a filler line before the next stuff came. But to me, it always felt like it was supposed to be modern G1. And it looks good. And it would still hold up today. Like, the design is still so modern. But it's just the articulation on this guy. If they would just add more articulation, he'd be flawless. But like I said before, it doesn't look like they're going to do anything for the 20th, which is really sad because this is a really iconic line for them. But I digress. So when it comes to Optimus, his head sculpt is amazing. He's got great molded detail all throughout his head. It's a very modern take on the G1 look. He's got some yellow over here. Looks awesome. He's got light piping. You can't really see it, but he does have it. He's got a nice silver mouth plate with some nice molded details on that. He's got clear plastic windows. He's got molded seats and a steering wheel in there. It looks pretty good. He's got blue on his shoulders with nice molded details there. He's got yellow on the forearms, but, you know, mine's paint chipping because it's like 20 years old, so, you know, age will do that to you. He does have these little flaps on his arm for his vehicle mode, and I got a love-hate relationship with it. I don't mind it now, but when I was a kid, I really hated it. The thing I don't like about it still is that it's clear plastic. A lot of that could break, but, you know, mine's still going, so I don't have any problems with it. This side's getting a little loose, though, so just keep that in mind. He has black hands, which look pretty good. He's got some yellow on his crotch and on his waist over here. Looks pretty good. He's got gray on his thighs with blue that wraps around. He's got some yellow on his knees, but those are just little flaps for transformation. He's got black on his shins. Looks pretty good. His feet are just blue. Nothing special there. It's a big molded piece, so he's got heels on the back to support his backpack, which we can see now. He does have a pretty chunky backpack. I don't have any problems with it personally. You could make it skinnier if you want to. You could pull off this piece here. Kind of makes it a little more flat back here if you want that, but for me, I like having this piece because I think it makes the front of the figure look a lot better. So you got that. And then over here on the back of his legs, he's got his wheels. Looks pretty good. I like that a lot. So yeah, I mean, that's about it for his robot mode. He's pretty solid. Looks really nice. So the cool part about Optimus Prime's accessories is that all of his accessories have a place to go on this figure in its robot and vehicle mode, which is something that the Classics line really did strive in at making sure all of the weapons and stuff had a place to go in both modes. And I really love Optimus's here because you can see back here, I do have both of his weapons. Yes, both, because both of these are weapons back here. And you can create that smokestack look if you want to do that. I personally don't like to do it, but there is an option to do that if you want to. So if we take this off, we can see we got two pieces here. We can go ahead and take that off, and you can go ahead and pull these little pieces out here. And then on the other side, do the same thing. And then do this. Make sure everything kind of tabs up. And then you get this awesome blaster right here. This is such a cool little design for a gun. I love this. I love the double barrel there. I think it's really cool. I'm dropping it. That's not good. But yeah, except for that. And then with this little fin here, this is the cool part. You can turn this into like a shotgun blaster. So if you pull these pieces down, you get this little piece. You pull it out. Pull the little nozzle out right there, and then you get this really cool looking shotgun, and I really love this. This is such an awesome design for a blaster, and you can go ahead, put those right there in his hand there, and then put the other one over here, if we can get it. And then you can give Optimus two blasters, which look so awesome. These are really cool blasters for Optimus Prime. I love it a lot. So when it comes to the articulation on this guy, it is a little bit limited just because of the time period he came out in. So I'm not going to not get any points for that because this is still a really nice figure and that's just the time period of which he came from. But starting off with his head, he can look to the left, he can look to the right, he can look all the way around if you want him to. He can look up just a little bit and he can look down a lot, which is awesome. You can lift his arm out all the way, which is nice. You can twist it all the way around. You have no problems there. He does have a bicep swivel, which is excellent. He has an elbow bend, but nothing with the wrists. So I'm not going to knock him points for that because of the era he's from, but you do not have a wrist rotation. He does have a waist rotation, kinda. It's more like a torso rotation right there. I wish it was down a little more on his waist, but you could kind of move him around if you want to get some good poses out of him, which is nice. He can kick forward. He can kick back if we can get him to do that. He can kick out to the side, which is awesome. He does have a knee rotation, I guess. He doesn't have a thigh rotation, but he does have that rotation there. He can bend at the knee. It's a 10 out of 10 there. You can go up a little bit more if you want to, so you have that. And he does not have feet rocker, so you can't make him stand any way you please, so he can just stand to a degree. So for comparison, let's go ahead and slap 86 Bumblebee in here so you can see how these two look together. Still a pretty good matchup. I think they look pretty good together, so you got that. And then we'll bring out a modern day, bigger deluxe with Jazz. You can see how they look. Still look pretty good together. I like that a lot. And we'll bring out an oldie. We'll bring out Prowl from Universe. You can see that these two are supposed to be the matchup there. So you can see them. Looks pretty good. And we'll bring out a Voyager with Ironhide from 86. Still looks really awesome. I like that a lot. So you have that. And so we're going to get to the bigger guys here. And I like to torture myself, so I brought two of them out. So first, we'll look at Megatron from 86. You can see how these guys pair up. It's awful. Megatron is absolutely huge compared to him. So if you do want to kind of pair these guys up, Megatron's probably going to whoop his butt. So just keep that in mind with these guys. And then last but not least, the behemoth himself, 86 Optimus Prime. And you can see just how different these guys are. But like when it comes to the overall design, it's classics. I love this design so much. But I really love 86 Optimus too. This is such an iconic design as well. And both of them just look really, really good. So I highly suggest getting both of these guys. So here we have Optimus Prime in his awesome truck mode. This is a really nice design by Hasbro and Takara to kind of update that original G1 truck. I think it turned out great. I love the colors on this guy. I think the yellow headlights look great. The clear plastic is a really nice addition up here with the molded detail, so you can actually see kind of seats and a little steering wheel in there. And that's why this piece is clear plastic too, is that you can actually see inside from the side. I don't think you can see it with the camera, but you could see the seats and such from this side if you wanted to. So it gives it a little bit more of a realistic feeling to it, and I like that. I love the silver striping over here. I think this is a great addition. I love the top with the silver as well. They kind of designed this to have like a whole aerodynamic like feeling to it, so like the wind would just go whoosh, like that. That's my little demonstration here. Whoosh, that's where the wind's going, so you don't have resistance when he's trucking along and such. So that's a really cool design for this guy. I love that so much. But on the back side here, you can see his gun is over here. It makes up his smokestacks. It's really nice. The whole back area is cleaned up so well, which is something Optimus Prime really struggled with a lot of years after this came out. And it's crazy that they did so well back in 2006. But you could see it's a really, really cleaned up truck mode back here. And the craziest part to me is that they included this little like trailer hitch thing, but they never came out with a trailer. So it was kind of like, what was the point of this little nub? Because you can't put it on the G1 trailer or anything. So it's like, what's the point? Well, I'll tell you what the point is, folks. Third parties. Third parties during the Classics era was so iconic. They did so many things with these figures that was so awesome. I really love what they came out with at the time. And that's my little Autobot sticker I put on there personally. But I got this trailer on eBay like many years after Classics. So this is not like I got this during that era. But This was a really cool trailer that they released. Like, fans made this, and you actually got a little hitch thing there, so you can hook this whole trailer up and give him a little bit more of a modern design with this trailer. It's a really nice trailer. I love this so much. Third parties during this time were so good at making accessories for these guys, and you know, this is not an exception. This is a great addition to Optimus Prime. And there was another trailer too that I wanted to get, but sadly I couldn't get my hands on it. But yeah, this is a really nice figure, and he rolls fantastic. He's got great wheels on here. His wheels are painted, which was another problem for a lot of years after this too, is like lack of paint. But no, this guy, fully painted, man. This is a really spectacular truck mode. So for vehicle comparison, let's go ahead and slap Bumblebee in here from 86. You can see that these two look awesome together. I think the Classics design looks well with the modern day Generations guys. So got that there, looks pretty good. Then we'll bring out a bigger deluxe. We'll bring out Jazz. You can see how they look. Again, I think they look pretty good. So you got that. And then we'll bring out an old deluxe with Prowl. I'm not a big fan of Prowl's alt mode, but you can see the size difference. He's much bigger than a modern day figure, so you got that. And then we'll bring out a Voyager with Ironhide. You can see how they look together. I think they pair up excellent with the blue windows. So you got that right there. And then we'll bring out Megatron from 86. You can see he's pretty huge compared to Optimus. It's pretty crazy how big he is, but you got that. And then last but not least, the behemoth himself, 86 Optimus. And both of these truck modes are excellent. I love both of them a lot. I'd be a liar if I said I didn't like these more. I like the clear plastic windows on Classics with the molded details inside. I think that's a much better look, but this is a cartoon Optimus, so I'm not going to be nitpicky. I think this is just fine for him, and I like both of these guys so much. They're both really good figures, and I love them. So what are my final thoughts on Transformers Classics Optimus Prime? Guys, this figure is a huge win. It's the biggest win that you could ever have in your entire collection. He's a must-have. If you don't already have him, you want this guy. He's a really nice figure. He's solid. Yes, his articulation is dated, but it's for its time, and I think he's still fantastic. My only complaint about this guy is his little car or truck parts over here. They do get loose over time, but aside from that, like, this is a really solid Optimus Prime. His design is great, and I just love this figure so much. I think he's just a good addition to have in your collection. Now, I will say this much. I did look at eBay before making the video, and he is going kind of pricey. He's about $60 to $80, $100, so you got to be reasonable about this guy, right? I got mine for $34. God, I don't even know how long ago that was, but I got this guy cheaper, okay? So I would just keep your eye out on a decently priced version of this guy, because he's a great figure, but $80, I don't know. That's kind of crazy, because I don't think he's worth $80. But if you can get anything under $60, he's a must-have figure. He's a fantastic Optimus Prime, and he's great. So for the collector's rating, Mr. Optimus Prime over here is getting a 9.5 out of 10. He's an amazing figure. You want this guy. He is awesome. And then for the parents' rating, I'm going to give Optimus Prime a 9. I think 9 is reasonable. If your kids are asking for this guy on their birthday list, if they're going back in time being like, I think this guy's cool, I want him, well, I would say a 9 is okay, but just don't go over $60 for him. Just stay away from that, because he is not worth $80. I don't know what the guys on eBay are smoking, but it's pretty crazy. So for the parents' rating, he's getting a 9. He's a really chunky figure. He's easy to play with. I remember when I was little, and he was like a really good toy to play with. So just keep that in mind, and I think a 9 is worth it for him. So let's wrap this video up. If you guys like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot to me. And leave your comments down below. That's the most important part of these videos, is what you guys think. Do you guys love Optimus Prime here? Do you guys hate him? Or are you just kind of meh? You don't really care. So leave those comments down below, and I will see you guys next time.